Hello, this is Sir Simon. Welcome to Let's Make It Easy with ST. So, dear students, today we shall go with the topic fact about NASA. Fact about NASA. What are the fact we can see? Okay. So here here are a few interesting fact about NASA. So some of the interesting fact we can see here. Okay. So some of the goals and some main points they have given about NASA. Okay. Fact about NASA. NASA's goal is to have humans on Mars by some point in the 2030s. So the main goal of NASA's is to have humans on Mars by some point in 2030. By 2030, this is 2021. So by 2030, so the main goal of NASA is to have humans on Mars. Okay. So important points. Okay. Next what you can have, since the space shuttle electronics were so outdated and nobody made them anymore. So since the space satellite electronics were so outdated, so it was out of use and nobody made them anymore, so nobody repaired it. Okay. NASA actually resorted to buying spare parts on website like eBay. So NASA actually resorted of buying some spare parts on website like eBay. Okay, like eBay. Next point is what? In 2008, NASA worked with Speedo to create the most drag-resistant swimsuit ever. It was so successful that swimmers were actually banned from using it in many competitions. So in 2008, NASA had worked with Speedo to create the most drag-resistant swimsuit ever. It was so successful that swimmers were actually banned from using it. So the Speedo is a type of electronic. So that was used by swimmers. Okay, it was used by swimmer. So it was so successful that swimmers were actually banned from using it. So that Speedo was banned. Okay, from using it in many competitions. Okay. Next what we have got, NASA NASA estimates that the value of minerals in the asteroid belt amounts to about $100 billion for every human on the planet. So NASA estimates the value of minerals. So what about the minerals you can find on Earth or in the asteroid belt amounts to, it is a amount of about $100 billion for every human on Earth they can use it. Okay, how many billion? $100 billion we have got minerals on Earth. So this is what it speaks. Next point is what? If NASA launches its rockets eastward, they can take advantage of the Earth's rotation. So if NASA launches its rockets eastward, from east to eastward, so east way now, so they can take advantage of Earth's rotation. So this NASA, they can take the advantage of the Earth's rotation. Important points. Next is what? Cape Canaveral in Florida was chosen as a launch site because its proximity to the equator gives it more linear velocity than any other location in the United States. So Canaveral in Florida. This place, this place was chosen as a launch site or launching place. Okay, because its proximity to equator gives more linear velocity than any other location in the United States. So it gives a suitable place for launching the rockets or whatever it may be. Okay, so it is a suitable place than any other location in the United States of America. Okay, next point is what? In 1999, NASA lost an orbiter because half of the engineers were using metric measurements and the other half were using imperial measurements. So in 1999, NASA had lost an arbitrary because half of the engineers were using what? Metrics, metric measurements, and others were using imperial measurements. Okay. In 2006, NASA scientists discovered a strange noise in deep space that was several times louder than anything they were they would expect. So in 2006, NASA scientists had discovered a strange noise deep space that was several times louder than anything they would expect. So they had found a strange noise deep in deep space. It was several times louder than anything they could expect. Hmm. To this day, they do not know what it was, and it has been dubbed the space roar. So, to this day, they did not know what it was, and it has been dubbed. It has been dubbing na space roar. So, background image we can find in television and so on, movies and so on, and so on. So this way. So they did not expect anything like that. So 19 next point, in 1979, when Skylab crashed in Australia, upon re-entry, NASA was fined $400 by the Australian government for littering. It was just recently paid. So in 1979, when Skylab crashed, so this spaceship maybe crashed in Australian upon re-entry. So when it had crashed, no, so this NASA was fined $400 by Australian government for littering, means making dirty. Okay, this was what it speaks about. Okay, next point is, to be officially considered as astronaut by NASA, you must travel at least 50 miles above the surface of the earth. To be officially considered as astronaut, if you want to become an astronaut by Assam, you must travel at least 50 miles above the surface of the earth. This is what? How many miles? 50 miles. Next point, the vehicle assembly building in NASA is so big that it has its own weather. So the vehicle assembly building in NASA is so big that it has its own weather. If it weren't for one of the world's most massive air conditioning system, the Florida humidity would cause rain clouds to form near the ceiling. So some of the points here you can read out. Okay, last point, just in case life is found on some other planets, NASA actually has an office at planetary protection. So NASA has an office on planetary protection. This is what we can see. So next page, 49 page, you read out, write the important points, and So page number 49, you can see nasa quiz. So 1 2 3 4 5 you have got. So you to read out the chapters properly and find out the answers. Okay, so dear students, so I would like to remind you that it was informed to us that in the month of August, maybe in the month of August, maybe the first week or the second week of August, so you may have exam. So whatever the chapters we have finished, so try to read out, write the important points, study properly. This time you are at home, so many of you have failed in the first unit test. Hope this time try to study. You are getting more time to study, so try to study daily and write the important points and be prepared for your exam. This is Sir Simon signing off. Thank you. Have a nice day.